Hello and welcome to Share to Inspire, a wonderful event from Trulittle Heroes and Calls for Children. My name is Dr. June Folletti, and I'm a managing director of the International School of Musicians, and I'm also a director at Calls for Children, and I've been a classroom teacher for many, many years. So this is a cause that is truly close to my heart, and I'm absolutely delighted to introduce you to Miss Amber Hood, who won the Samaritan Under 16 Award in 2022. It's wonderful to see you again, Amber. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me, and I'm doing so well. It feels like ages ago when I was at the award ceremony. That's 3 years ago now, so I was 16, which is so crazy.
That was a while ago. Well, it's very good to see you again, and it's always good to find out a little bit about you. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the talents that you have?
Yeah, of course. So I won the Samaritan Award due to my fundraising, and it was so long ago. I can't think of the actual amount that I raised at the time, but now I've been able to raise £90,000 for charity, which I recently hit that target. I'm so incredibly proud of that. And the reason I started fundraising from a young age, but I really got into it when I started pageantry. And since I actually won the award, I won my dream title of Miss Teen Galaxy UK and International, where I competed internationally. And I worked 5 years for that. And then I've handed over that title. Now, here's the crown, actually. I thought I'd show you. This is the crown I
Oh,
won.
lovely.
It's so beautiful. And then I've handed over that. And now I'm going back to America to compete for a pageant called IGM. And this is my new crown. So, yeah, it's been a
Oh,
great
wow.
years.
Oh, wow. I think you've got more crowns than King Charles. Maybe, which is good, as you should have. Well, that's great to hear. I mean, it really is. But I'd also love to know, what have you been up to since then? As you said, 3 years have gone past, but what else have you been up to?
Yeah. So there you go, £90,000.
Wow,
And
that's a lot of money.
thank you. Yeah, so since then, I'm trying to think. I've obviously sat my GCSEs, I've sat my A levels. I'm in a gap year and I'm going to be starting a degree in politics this September, which is really exciting. I'm currently interning for my local MP because when I grow up, I've decided I want to become a member of parliament. So I'm starting to do all of that now, which is really fun. I'm still competing in pageants, which has been absolutely great. I got to win that big crown. It took me 5 years to win the UK title, so that was literally mind blowing. And I won the interview award nationally and internationally, which was really good. So yeah, it's been a really good couple of 3 years for me within like pageants. Academically, I all know what I want to do when I grow up now, and also charitably, I've been able to fundraise for so many different charities. I'm just so proud of what I've been able to do, and I've got so many exciting things lined up.
Well, of course, for children, we're always interested in fundraising. So I'm sure you're making a lot of people very happy by mentioning the amount that you've done, and I appreciate how much work goes into that. Where are you going to study politics? That sounds interesting. Where do you hope to go?
I'm not sure. I know I don't want to study in London just because when I grow up, I've always lived in that. Oh my God, I can't think. I can't talk. I've always lived in London. So I want to stay in London. I want to kind of branch out. So I'm unsure. Yeah, I've been looking at all the different universities, but it's hard. Like when you're young and you get all these different opportunities, it's so hard. I got accepted into a school in Paris, which was absolutely incredible, but I don't know if I want to move to Paris. That's so scary. It's so far away. But yeah, I'm just thinking like, where do I want to go? I'm not too sure at the moment. So hopefully in results day, I would have made up my mind because it's only around the corner.
Well, it sounds very exciting, and this is quite a journey that you're on, from the pageantry to the Good Samaritan and the fundraising. So I just wondered, who has supported you or inspired you the most in this journey so far, in fundraising in particular, perhaps?
Yeah, so my family are very supportive of everything they do. They know that I have really big goals and that I want to do everything I can to achieve them. But I would honestly say the community is kind of like a I give to them, I get back from them with my community who I literally adore. So I hold free charity like children discos for them during all the half terms. So during the 6 weeks, I'm doing one literally every single week. And we do it so the kids have free entry, the adults pay to cover the cost. And it's a way to give back to the community, give them something to do. I also host like the Christmas markets, Easter markets. I even do a mini, like it's not a real pageant, but we call it a pageant for the local children. And that's mainly to promote them to fundraise and them to collect. So with that, I've been able to raise, I think in one pageant, I was able to raise over £1,000 from all the children for a charity called A Sisterhood, which was absolutely incredible. They also donate food and things for all the food banks. So yeah, my community are so supportive, and I love how they support me within pageantry. They help me fundraise, and I give back to them by doing all the free events and also also helping the local charities and the local food banks and everything that's needed.
Oh, that's amazing. So it sounds like that community spirit of lots of people coming together has really inspired your
Yeah.
journey rather than one person here, one person there. That's really, I mean, that is
Yeah.
great to hear. That is really, really great to hear. I can understand now why you want to get into politics.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got a lot going on and you've been doing exams and you're doing all sorts and interning with your MP. So how do you balance practicing your talent of all this fundraising? How do you balance that with school or other responsibilities? How do you manage both?
Yeah, so I think I'm so lucky that where I want to go into politics, a big part about being an MP is that you should care for your community and you should be wanting to get involved with charities and understand all about charity work. So I think it's really nice that within pageantry, I get to fund a big part of pageantry is fundraising and helping out these charities. So my hobby and my skill of charity work goes hand in hand there, but also I think the charity work goes hand in hand within my wanting to be an MP because that's something that I really think is important. And I know that when I run for MP, the community is going to be like the center of my campaign. I want to be there for the community. I want to help the community. So that works really great. And also with education, where I want to be a politician, I study politics. I love politics. I think it's so interesting. And I love learning about all the different facts because to me, politics is more than just learning about who voted what in the general election, but also understanding like the social side of it and understanding like how many people are living under the poverty line, which is like 20%, which is absolutely crazy. And then taking these statistics and understanding them for charity and also for politics.
Wow. Well, you've obviously doing really well at balancing all of that. So that's very good. Very good indeed. What advice would you give to other young people who want to develop whatever their talent might be?
I think you have to set yourself a goal and it can be crazy. Like I really think it can be crazy because if someone else has been able to achieve it, that means you can definitely achieve it. And I really like that kind of look on life. So with me, I've always said I want to hit £100,000 for charity when I'm still relatively young. And to think I only hit 90K literally a couple of weeks ago is crazy because I'm now thinking I will definitely be able to hit £100,000 by the time that I'm 21, hopefully, because I'm 20 in like 8 months, which is absolutely scary. So yeah, I definitely think I'll be able to do that by the time I'm 20, 21. Where a couple of years ago that seemed like such a huge amount of money. It's crazy. So yeah, you definitely need to set yourself a goal. It doesn't matter how big or small it is, and you just have to work towards that goal every day and remind yourself everything you're doing is to achieve that goal. If you're into football, into sports, you just need to think, you know what, I'm going to play for the World Cup. I'm going to play at the World Cup. And even that is just such a big thing to say. You'll then be, when you're training and you're tired, you'll be thinking, you know what, it's okay because I'm going to be playing the World Cup in 10 years' time. So that's how I think about it. I just think even when times are hard and I'm struggling a bit with it, I just think of the end goal and think of how well it's going to be when I achieve it.
Well, I think that's really amazing that you actually said whether that goal is small or big. And it is great to think of these really, really big goals.
Yeah,
But yeah, you can have small ones as well. And I can say as a teacher, that's exactly what I'd love people to have so that they can build their way up. So that's really, really
exactly.
great advice for anybody. So what does being a true little hero mean to you personally?
When I first heard about the awards, it was so funny. My mum kept saying like turtle because she read it wrong or something. So when I read it, I was like, true little hero. And I just kind of thought to myself, what does that mean to me? And to me, a hero is someone that is not only actually actively doing something, it's someone that is kind of using their story to inspire others. And with that, I know that what I do for the community is absolutely like great, and it's so lovely for when people come up to me and say like, "Oh, it's so incredible that someone of your age is so into charity work and really understands the community wants and the community needs." But also, I don't want to then move out when I go to university, move out and then there's no more charity work in the area. I'll still continue, obviously. Or when I grow really, really old and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want it to just end. So I'm really big on teaching the younger generation, and that's why I do the little charity pageant so they learn about the ethics of fundraising. And also I do this something called like ambassadors. So I collect chocolates and toys for the local hospital and also for a charity called the Lennox, which they support family who have children with cancer. And with this, I get the children in the area to become ambassadors, and they get people from schools that help them collect money to buy the chocolates or the toys or to help donate chocolates and toys. So then it's not just me that's doing the fundraising and all the collections. I'm letting the younger generation learn from, I think, the ages of like, some of them are like 4, some of them are in their teens. They're understanding about charity work. And I hope that when they become my age, they'll look back and think, oh my God, I was able to help so many people when I was so young. I want to continue to do this. So then when I leave, I know there's going to be a whole community of children that are wanting to do it as well.
Oh, well, that's lovely. You obviously have a lot of energy and excitement around it, which is infectious. I love it
So,
indeed. And I love the way that you mentioned about the ethics of fundraising. That's a really
yeah.
important and very, very mature attitude to have towards it. I think that's great that you're teaching younger people that. If you could share a message of love to your younger self, would you say?
I think I would just say I'm so proud of her, and it's like I don't know, it's so weird to think about when I think about what I've experienced from the ages of 16 to now. It's been a very long journey. I know initially when I was 16, I thought right now I'd be in university, I'd be set, I'd be doing this whole thing. I would have like won different pageants and all this, but sometimes you have to realize that life is just so different to what you plan out, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. I do believe everything happens for a reason. With my A levels, I was 1 mark off of doing the course that I wanted at university, and I was absolutely heartbroken. This like shattered me. I thought my life was completely over, but then I realized I've been given this opportunity where I was like, you know what, I can resit just a couple A levels to get the grade that I needed, but also I've been able to pick up an extra A level in maths, which I've always wanted to do. I always wanted to do maths A level. So yeah, I definitely think I just want to say to her, I'm so proud. And also you just need to realize sometimes things don't go your way. And that's a good thing because I'm so much more happier now than what I would have been if my plan at 16 years old or even like 12 years old actually went out. Yeah. So I'm proud of you. And also you just gotta let life happen.
Absolutely. And I'm incredibly proud of you as a teacher. Like I say, I keep mentioning that because it's really interesting what you just said about, not giving up and actually thinking, okay, there's
Yeah.
a step back here, but you know what, I'm going to learn from this and actually I'm going to turn out even better, which is really great.
Yeah.
So you've told us quite a lot about that sort of things that you're doing and also some dreams and things that you've got for the future. But is there one dream or goal that you have for the future, particularly around the fact that you won the Samaritan Award? Is there something that you can think of that you've got a main goal of that you would be interested in reaching in the future?
Yeah, so my life plan is to essentially become MP, do all of this, and then once that's kind of over, I really want to focus on charity work, but I really want to be able to bring more charity work within politics. The Samaritan Award to me means that I'm doing a good deed and not in a selfish way, but in a way to help out others. One big part I remember I got to speak about this. I think it was the year after I won, was to talk about the DKMS UK charity that I work very closely with. I love this charity so much, and a big part for me is not necessarily the fundraising; it's more about raising awareness. I really promote raising awareness of blood cancer and encouraging those aged 17 to 55 to sign up in hopes that their stem cells are a possible match for someone suffering with blood cancer. And with this, I really love to promote it because two people from my school sadly passed away from leukemia, and so did a family friend when he was just 12. So being able to see the impact that stuff like childhood cancer has on not just friends and family, but the schools and the community itself, it's really impacted me. So that's why when I grow, I want to make sure that as MP, I want to encourage more people to know about charities like the DKMS. And I'm actually hoping to work with the MP that I intern with to do like a blood drive, where we get people to see if, the blood donations, because that's a big issue as well, but also to do the swab kits in hopes that this gets sent back and they'll become a match for someone, because especially I live in East London, so it's very diverse. Absolutely love it. But also, BAME individuals are 35% less likely to find a match. So it's just all these things I really want to promote. And I hope as I grow older, winning the Samaritans Award when I was so young, I wanted to continue that legacy of raising awareness of blood cancer within my career as well. Also, just making sure more people are aware about this charity.
Well, that is lovely. I mean, that's lovely what you're doing, and it's fantastic to hear that you want to bring charity into politics. I think our current
100%.
politicians could do a lot by listening to you, of course, indeed. But I have to say, it's been a delight to listen to you speak, Amber, and find out about your journey and how exciting it is. So I just want to remind you and anybody that's watching that the Trulittle Hero 2025 nomination is open. So please, if you can help us spread the word and do invite your friends and all of some of these other younger people that you meet, or if you think they've got a chance of being able to be nominated for a Trulittle Hero Award, that would be brilliant for us. And like I say, it's been absolutely great spending time with you and hearing about your journey. And I wish you all the best for the future. I think it's really, really exciting.
Thank you for having me. It's been lovely to be on and kind of reminisce on what happened within, well, 3 years ago when I won the award.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, thank you so much, Amber. And I'm sure that anybody listening to you will be super inspired. And it's just wonderful to hear about young people that want to get into politics because that's not something that we often hear. But
Yeah.
so thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.